Imagine you meet someone and everything seems to go smoothly. No confusion, no incessant doubts, just a deep serenity that invades your heart. What if this person was sent by Allah to be your husband? How would you know for sure? Many spend their lives searching for love, wondering if their relationship is truly blessed or just a mirage. But here is the truth. When someone is approved by Allah for you, there are clear signs, events that can only be a reflection of His wisdom. Today, I will reveal to you the 5 inevitable things that happen when your future spouse is sent by Allah. Get ready, because some of these signs will surprise you. 1. An inexplicable tranquility fills your heart. There are times in life when we feel an inner storm, uncertainties that gnaw at the mind, fears that accumulate for no apparent reason. But when Allah approves a person for you, all this disappears. All that remains is peace, an indescribable tranquility that fills your heart and soothes your soul. It's not a blinding euphoria nor a fleeting passion that makes you lose your senses. It's a deep calm, an inner certainty that tells you, it's right, it's written. You may not understand why, you may not know how, but your whole being recognizes that this person has a special place in your destiny, and this serenity does not depend on external circumstances. Even if challenges stand in your way, even if the future seems uncertain, your heart does not doubt. You are not fighting against invisible walls. You are not trying to force a door that refuses to open. Everything falls into place smoothly, without you feeling the need to insist or fight the obvious. Think for a moment about relationships that are not blessed. Those moments when you kept asking yourself, is this really the right person? Why do I have this bad feeling? Why is it so complicated? But this time, there is no internal battle. Your soul is at peace. And this peace doesn't just come from you, it also manifests itself externally. You see that things are happening simply. The discussions are clear, unambiguous. The intentions are pure, without ulterior motives. The procedures are carried out without unjustified obstacles. Nothing needs to be forced. Allah does not complicate what He wants for you. This tranquility is a divine gift. It is one of the most powerful signs that what is happening before you is aligned with Allah's decree, because when something is written for you, it is not tumult that leads you there, but peace. The second barakah manifests itself in your relationship. Sometimes you wonder if a relationship is really good for you, if it is aligned with what Allah wants for your life. But when barakah is present, there is no doubt. Everything surrounding your union seems to prosper. It's not just about compatibility or romantic love. It's as if a divine breath enveloped your relationship, as if every step you took together was made easier, illuminated with a light that only those who have experienced it can understand. Perhaps you have noticed that since this person came into your life, doors have started to open. Your finances are improving without a logical explanation. Your heart is lighter, your thoughts clearer. Even your faith becomes stronger, as if this relationship is a constant reminder of your connection to your Creator. This is not a person who distracts you, who takes you away from your ultimate goal. On the contrary, it helps you to stand tall, to walk on the straight path. It does not encourage you to neglect your prayers, but motivates you to perform them with more sincerity. Perhaps you begin to recite invocations together, sharing reminders that nourish your spirituality. And even in difficult times, there is always wisdom. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to grow, not an excuse to separate. There is a balance, a natural harmony, that even disagreements bring you together instead of dividing you. Barakah does not mean the absence of trials, but it means that even in trials, there is a gentleness, an inner conviction that this union has a greater purpose, that it is a source of good in your life. Look around you. Is this a relationship that drains your energy, that distances you from Allah, that leaves you exhausted mentally and spiritually? Or is it one where you feel growth, where your soul finds peace, where your heart connects more to its creator? This is what a relationship that carries barakah means. 3. Your hearts connect without artifice. There are relationships where we play a role, where we walk on eggshells, where we are afraid to show who we really are. And then there are those where everything flows naturally, where there is no mask, no fear of judgment, where we feel seen, understood, accepted. When Allah sends the right person your way, there is no struggle to be someone else. You don't need to calculate your words, hide your fears, or play a role to be appreciated. On the contrary, Zrenia, the connection is made with disconcerting simplicity. This person doesn't love you for who you pretend to be, but for who you really are. You feel an inner freedom, a space where your soul can breathe without fear of being rejected. Communication is fluid, effortless. There are no toxic innuendos, no emotional manipulation, no fear of being misunderstood. And this connection goes far beyond just words. It is a silent understanding, an inexplicable harmony. Sometimes a simple look is enough to know what the other person is feeling. In difficult times, there is no need for lengthy justifications. Sincere support replaces 1,000 empty speeches. In this relationship, transparency becomes a strength. There is no disguised lie, no illusion maintained to please the other. Weaknesses are not used as weapons, but as opportunities to grow together. And this connection is not based on simple shared interests or fleeting attraction. It is built on deep values, a shared vision of life, a common quest towards a goal greater than the two of you. It is anchored in sincerity, in the desire to please Allah before pleasing one another. This doesn't mean everything will always be perfect, but even in disagreements, there is respect, listening, a desire to understand rather than blame. Because when two hearts are connected by Allah, what unites them is much stronger than what could separate them. 4. Hardships don't destroy your bond, they strengthen it. A relationship without challenges is like a house without foundations. It may look beautiful from the outside, but at the first strong wind, it collapses. Every relationship is tested, but the difference is that some break under pressure, while others become stronger than ever. When Allah approves a union, trials are not barriers, but bridges. They are not there to separate you, but to elevate you. Each difficulty becomes an opportunity to grow together, to better understand each other's wounds and strengths, to learn to love not only in easy times, but also when everything seems uncertain. In a relationship that has not been blessed, arguments leave their mark. They accumulate like shadows, creating a gap that becomes an impassable abyss. Pride takes over, resentments take hold, hearts close. We begin to see each other as adversaries rather than life companions. But in a union written by Allah, forgiveness replaces pride, patience takes over anger, faith becomes a glue that strengthens the bond. Misunderstandings are not walls, but windows that open to better understanding. When an obstacle arises, you don't fight against each other, you fight against the challenge together. Even in the darkest moments, there is always an outstretched hand, a sincere desire not to let pride ruin what Allah wanted to unite. Because you know, true love is a test, and what's true survives storms. If you are going through a challenge with someone today, look at how that difficulty is handled. Is this a battlefield where everyone wants to be right? Or is this a time when patience and wisdom take over? A love approved by Allah is not fragile. It is forged in trial, tempered in faith, and it does not give in to passing storms. 5. Everything falls into place without you having to force it. There are relationships where everything seems to be a constant struggle, endless complications, inexplicable barriers, a weight that increases with every step. And despite all the efforts, nothing seems to be going in the right direction, as if every time you tried to move forward, something or someone pulled you back. But when Allah approves a union, everything aligns with a fluidity beyond human understanding. This does not mean that there will never be challenges, but those challenges will not be impenetrable walls. They will be steps that bring you even closer to the right direction. You don't need to force, manipulate, or insist to the point of mentally and emotionally exhausting yourself. Doors open when they are supposed to open. You feel an inner peace, a deep certainty that this relationship is in the hands of Allah and not in the hands of your worries or your fears. When a relationship is forced, it breaks under the pressure. But when it is written by Allah, it grows naturally. You meet the right person without desperately searching. Major obstacles disappear without you understanding how. And paths that seemed blocked frequently open up in ways that exceed your human logic. Look around you. The signs are there. Does this relationship bring you inner peace, or does it plunge you into anxiety and permanent uncertainty? Are things falling into place easily, or are you constantly fighting against an invisible wall? Let Allah guide your heart, for what is written for you will come to you, and what is not written for you, you will be far from, no matter how hard you try to hold it back. Final reflection. If you've recognized some of these signs in your own relationship, then take a moment to think. Is this person uplifting you spiritually? Does it bring you the peace and stability that Allah wants for you? True love, the Blessed One, is a gift from Allah, but you still have to know how to recognize it and not let it pass you by. So, share this video with those who are also looking for answers and tell me in the comments, have you ever experienced any of these signs? I want to know your experience. And if you want more spiritual content like this, subscribe and activate the bell so as not to miss anything. May divine wisdom guide you on the right path.